guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my all-time favorite apple pie recipe. I've been making this apple pie for some years now, and somehow I managed to mess it up literally every single time, but y'all will get the idea. I start out with 8 medium apples. I usually use 4 Granny Smith and 4 Golden Delicious, but thanks to this freaking coronavirus, produce is literally hard to come by. So I used 7 Granny Smiths and 1 Fuji this time. Make sure you wash your apples and cut off any blemishes you have. Then use an apple peeler if you have it. If not, get a sharper paring knife than I'm using and peel the skin off of your apples. Now, I usually cut my apples into quarters around the core, but my mom got me this handy dandy corer, so I'm going to use that. Then I cut my apples into 3/4 inch slices. Next, I get 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice that I add to my slices. This will really prevent the apples from turning brown. I dropped a seed, sorry about that. I then add 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of allspice, and a pinch of salt. I mix it together so that the spices coat all of the apples. I then add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar because obviously we want all the sweetness that we can get. Stir, stir, stir. Then I pour all the apples into a colander over a bowl and stick it in the fridge. Now this is literally the most important part. I got this part from Chef Resha. I'll link her apple pie recipe below, and please go check that mess out. It's so freaking good. Now on to the crust. Most people are scared to make pie crust, but it's literally so simple. You need 16 ounces, aka 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Cut them into cubes. You want them to be exceptionally cold, so I put mine in the freezer until I'm ready for them. Into my food processor with the dough blade, I put 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Pulse it a couple of times until blended. I throw in my hella cold cubes of butter. Ideally, you want to pulse until the butter is the size of peas, but I usually keep mine a little bit bigger for optimal flakiness in my opinion. Next, add 1/3 cup of ice water. And then again, you pulse. We're going for a Play-Doh texture, so I'm going to keep adding ice water until I achieve that. Perfect. I flour my work surface and pat the dough into 2 4-inch balls. Then I'm going to refrigerate it for about 2 hours until firm. In the meantime, I preheat my old raggedy oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and I place a baking sheet on the bottom rack of that oven. Now my apples have been draining for about 2 hours in the fridge, and look at this amazing liquid they produced. We're going to microwave this in a microwave-safe glass bowl until the liquid has reduced to about 1/3 cup. Then, while that's microwaving, I crack 1 egg, taking just the white, and blend it up a little bit with a fork to prepare for my egg wash. Now to roll out my dough. I flour my board and my rolling pin. This part is always so hard for me because I want to get a perfectly circular crust, but it's always so janky looking. But y'all see those delicious specks of butter? Those are gonna melt in the oven and create a delicious flaky crust. If you wanted to make this vegan, obviously you can use a non-dairy butter and a substitute for the egg wash. I roll my dough onto my pie plate and I push it down to fit. Then I put it in the fridge so that it will stay firm. I then mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into the apples. This will act as a thickener to prevent the pie from developing a soggy crust. fill them joints into my crust. And pour over the reduced apple liquid. Y'all see how thick and sticky this mess is? Okay, perfect. It should immediately harden on our cool apples. It's a little bit sticky, but perfectly hard. I cover everything with my second piece, whatever you want to call it, of dough, and I tuck everything underneath itself. You can trim off a little bit extra if you have it, but I didn't really have that much, so I didn't really have anything I needed to trim. My pie plate already has like these indentions in it, so I literally just follow along the pattern to seal my crust. But you could always fold it upwards and press it with your forefinger and your thumb to seal. Finally, I brush with my beaten egg white and sprinkle with a tablespoon of sugar. I accidentally only put a teaspoon, so this time it wasn't as sweet as I'm used to, but I mean, it still got the job done. I cut some slits in the top to let the steam escape, and we're going to throw this in the oven to bake for 40 to 55 minutes. You'll see that the crust is going to turn a nice golden brown. Beautiful. I don't even know why I attempted to use this ghetto pie cutter, but I did, and it's not doing the greatest job, but we're going to rock with it. I'm not sure if you can see inside, but the filling is not completely set. You need your pie to go cool completely, but my mother was rushing me and I cut into it early. So it's why it came out a little bit flat and a little bit yucky. But after you let it cool for some hours, everything was set and perfect. So please let that mess cool. It'll be so worth it. But I hope this video shows y'all literally how simple it is to make a pie from scratch, and I hope y'all enjoy. Thanks for watching.